Ever felt like a plane ride was more of a prison than it was an escape? Well, me too. Public transportation in today's day and age is a necessity for many people all over the world. And proper etiquette is important for people to function on these with social interactions that contribute to day-to-day life. Through years of traveling on almost all forms of public transportation, through boats, planes, taxis, ferries, even buses, I feel like I've experienced many good and bad times on these transports, being able to see what to do and what not to do when boarding or leaving these transports. A bad experience on public transportation can affect anyone, rich or poor, knows no class. And according to a 2013 Federal Transit Administration report stated that more than 40% of all public transport are in poor condition in New York City is an alarming statistic. And for the next few minutes, I will share with you some of the reasons why public transportation is often avoided through lack of cleanliness and little to no respect for personal space. As I stated about New York City's public transportation, a lack of cleanliness has become a very, very big issue. Trash being left on trains and buses and even in taxis has made it uncomfortable for people to be able to want to get on these transports, making it hard for people to interact with each other because of the scene that this uncleanliness sets, making people often listen to music and shell up and not want to contribute to society as a whole. For people to want to be interacting with each other and to be comfortable on these rides, simply picking up after oneself or even taking the initiative to pick after another person would contribute greatly to this problem as a whole. And if everyone contributed, this problem would diminish very, very fastly. The next point I'd like to talk about is the lack of respect for public space, personal space. When boarding on a train or even planes, it is often normal for people to get very close to each other. And with the technology increases with headphones and people looking into their phones, it's often popular to bump into someone or completely disregard people around you as a whole. So to combat that, simply taking out headphones and being able to have a small conversation saying, hey, can I step here? Or, hey, do you mind if I sit here? Do you mind if I put my bag here? Would contribute greatly to people being able to interact with one another when boarding or leaving these transports, making society function a little bit more smoother and making the experience less of a drag and more of an experience of relaxation and serenity. The Urban Doctor on June 8th, 2023 says to avoid encroaching on personal space by maintaining appropriate distance. Now this can be done by, as I said, walking up and saying, hey, can I come here or can I sit here? But many times people may ignore you. So oftentimes it would be better to just avoid encroaching on their personal bubble or finding a different way to sit down or enjoy the ride. And today I hope to portray the problems of lack of etiquette on public transportation and how to counteract it, realizing that it's everyone's problem and not just individuals. And if everyone contributes by using proper etiquette, we will diminish this problem greatly in a good amount of time. Help me turn these prisons into tiny escapes from the troubles of everyday life.